What's up, guys? HTG Brian here, back with some more Funko Fusion. Next up, we've got Scott Pilgrim versus the world. Level 5, Chaos in the Chaos. Fun play. That's right, we're going to get that 25K required for that final tube. And no trophy achievements found in the making of this video. But this will wrap up the Scott Pilgrim world, and we will begin the next video in the Umbrella Academy. All right, quick tip. We've got quick links down below in the video description. So if you're in a hurry, maybe you want to skip all the story bits because that's basically the first half of this video. Feel free to use those. Otherwise, let's go ahead and jump into the chaos in the chaos. Now, because this is fun play, we have removed all cutscenes and non-essential gameplay. And as soon as we start off, we're actually going to switch over to Starbuck. That's right. We need his speed and his laser beams. And basically, he has become one of our new favorite characters. Although I didn't start playing with him until a couple of levels ago, he brings so much speed and joy. No, I'm just kidding. Really, the laser becomes super helpful as there are multiple laser pads that need to be filled up, and we'll do that here in a bit. First off, let's go ahead and start with taking out the 96 baddies. Now, this has changed a little bit since the story, and it is okay with me. It seems like the quality of life updates the game has put out since the initial launch has made things a little bit easier. Now, I recommend sort of hanging out by the spawn point, as it's easy to get away from these guys if somehow you get overwhelmed. But if not, just feel free to collect as much vinyl as possible, because you gotta remember, we're grinding for that 5 milski, which is not coming fast enough. And sadly, 1010 did not put any kind of a multiplier in there. And I wonder why that is. I mean, they could have easily given us some sort of a multipliage device, right? Like maybe a wonder weapon, perhaps, could have, when equipped, used double XP or something like that. Double vinyl, I guess is what I'm really trying to say. Anyways, keep grinding these bad guys, as there are almost 100 of them. And booyakashow! Notice the check mark is popping up every time we take one out, and it's adding to the number, but that's a little bit confusing. Anyways, once we get to that 96, it'll transition into another cutscene, which again has been removed. And then we've got a quick tip for you in the battle with the big boss. We're going to take him down and actually leave Eddie on the ground wounded while we go ahead and take on all of the collectibles scattered throughout this area. This might be a good time in the video to remind you guys we do have quick links down below if in fact you're wanting to jump ahead. But here we are, we've actually transitioned into the boss battle, and I'm going to recommend you find some sort of object. We're going to use this pole right here, and basically we're going to hide behind it. Now you have to be aware of the ground baddies who are going to come up in 2s at a time. That's right, 2 at a time. And we're going to basically just hide behind this, allowing old Gideon to use his laser beams and electrify the post and not us, right? Go ahead and continue to shoot old Gideon until he drops a bunch of that purple goo. And as soon as you see it not attaching to you anymore, that'll mean that you are officially full, carrying 10 pieces of that purple goo. Now, I get a little ahead of myself here, and I feel like I've got a full tank, but it turns out I've only got 9. So I do a quick refill and top it off here in a second. So I'm going to go up and drop in 9, and you'll see it gets to 19, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right. So I go, and it turns out there's 1 on the ground, so I'm going to go ahead and insert coin real quick, because then I can fill up one more time and deplete my meter, which is going to actually turn the tube into a gold calling card. That's right, we're actually going to use it to call in Nega Scott. That's right, the big version of our no, what is it? It's not Dance, it's Ninja Revolution. That's right. So I was using the real name, and that's my bad. You can see I'm officially filled up, so I'm going to go ahead and drop it like it's hot. And of course, once that meter is filled up, it'll take about 5 to 10 seconds for it to transition from purple to gold. And then it'll take a couple more seconds for that activate button to pop up. I'm not sure why that takes so long, but eventually it does. Go ahead and fill it up by pressing and holding the icon indicated, and booyakashow! After a few seconds, it should pull in our big friend. All right, now they are battling on the main stage. It's up to us to go ahead and accommodate our friend here by taking out any of the ground baddies and, of course, hitting our big friend Eddie as much as possible. It's more of Getty, right? Because it's like Gideon, Eddie, Getty, right? No? Boo? Okay. Moving along, people, moving along. We are almost to the collectible point, though, which is should be pretty exciting. And hey, guys, I don't ask this often, but if you are still listening and you haven't already, please go click that like button. It helps us out more than you know, and I don't mention that enough. All right, now that Eddie is officially down for the count, we're going to go ahead and find all 7 bombs scattered throughout. The first one is going to be on the far right pillar of Eddie's throne. There is another one on the pillar left side of the throne. The third one is back tucked into this corner just to the left of the bar, and I'm having a heck of a time hitting it, but that's okay. Up to the left, right above it on a high pillar is going to be number 4. Number 5 is tucked over in the corner by the secret area access point. 6 will be along that same wall up high on a pillar just before you turn the corner by the silver chest. And just around the corner on the back side of the pillar, sort of by our spawn point, will be number 7. At the far end of the right corner is going to be the silver chest. Let's go ahead and pop that open, grab the vinyl, and of course our crown as well. Now let's go ahead and double back the way we just came from, and along this left-hand wall is going to be a tube. It requires 25,000. If you do not have enough yet, that's okay. Simply go ahead and smash about, and you should get everything you need. Now that silver chest we ran by just a minute ago, let's go ahead and crack it open. But beware, as soon as you do, the purple goo pops up, and it releases the hounds. We need to take out all baddies before that chest will be freed of its purple greed. And then we should be able to get down with the crown. All right, look at that. Booyah-ka-show. Look at that. We got 3 crowns already, just like that. Next, we're going to want to go over to the mold machine and craft ourselves a century turret. The reason for this is there is a laser pad that is a little above our pay grade for our handheld here. So we need something a little bit more powerful. So this will do the job. Go ahead and grab it and dash all the way across. And we're going to plant it just by the first pillar on this far right corner. Basically, there is a circle radius that you need to have it close enough to that pad. It should go ahead and pump it up. If it has been placed correctly, you should see a power line with power going to the chest. Crack it open, and you know how to do the rest. Grab that Protopart mold bit and make it back to the spawn. And of course, slam dunketh into the green mold machine. And that's actually going to complete our invincibility soda. Now, I know in the last video, I mentioned it was invincibility, but I said it was the blue drinky poo. Turns out it is not. I assure you, I'm not colorblind. I just got it wrong. All right, let's make our way across the area over to the bar. And up on the higher right shelf, you're going to see an access card with level 3 security clearance. Let's go ahead and grab that and swipe it like it's hot, swipe it like it's hot. Inside, we're going to find a KFC bucket and a silver chest, as well as a bunch of vinyl. There's a bunch of things you can destroy, as well as a vinyl chest kind of hiding behind us. So let's go ahead and ground pound all around, grab that silver crown, and of course the vinyl before we get on out of here. Next up, we're actually going to go ahead and pick up the amber bits. But hey, let's pick up a free soda first, because who doesn't like a free soda? All right, we got a chest over here right next to the free sody, and we'll grab that. Over on the throne point on the lower left, there should be some debris. Go ahead and smack it about, and it should reveal the fossil. It is quite possible it was already revealed. That's okay. Swoop it up, and then make your way behind the bar on the left-hand side, just by where we grabbed that security card a minute ago, and you should find the Foxxo body part. Now, look at me. I hit the lotto over here. I got myself a blue cube, and it gave me a bunch of monies. And you know me, I like money. All right, next up, we're going to head over to the mold machine again, and this time we're going to craft a portal. Placement of this is up to you, but we're going to recommend you place it over kind of right next to the throne, but facing the spawn wall. Reason for that is there is a purple crystal up top that we're going to activate. But later, once we connect these portals, we have a 4-lever chest we're going to do. And in fact, we're going to activate the portal and go grab ourselves a bounce pad because we need it to get up to the first lever way up in the corner in the rafters. Now, the final one that we need, the final lever, is down on the ground, which is why we placed the portal in the direction we did. It's going to give us easy access to get to that final spot. So here you saw number 2 on the wall there. Number 3 is going to be along the left side here as well. So we've officially seen 3 of the 4 levers. The 4th one, as I mentioned, is up in the rafters, but this bounce pad will help us get up there. So hopefully you don't mind heights. I'm not a big fan of it, but I do all right. We'll go ahead and get up here and immediately flip the switch. Now, it should be noted that I am using a 5-star speed character, so I am not going to need a speed soda. You likely won't either, which is why we recommended using Starbuck from the get-go. Go ahead and get the 3 up top, make your way through the portal, and grab the final one. If you got it within the time frame, it should pop the chest open, and the crown should be waiting for your head to don it. All right, double back all the way to the silver chest here. We're going to crack this open. This is simply a find and open chest. Grab it, collect all the bits. Then we're going to actually focus on the laser puzzle up here. One of the other reasons we actually chose Starbuck. Now, down below, we're going to go and craft ourselves another portal. This is going to come in handy, and, you know, it might be doable without this method, but Doug actually came through with this, and after a couple attempts on my own, I read the guide and was like, wait a minute, this is way too easy using a portal. So go ahead and take the newly molded portal through your previous portal, and once you get up top, we're actually going to look for a couple of crystals on the ground. They're both near their respective spots, so the platforms they need to go on, they're real close to. Red one on the first one, and the yellow one, I guess it's yellow anyways. It looks a little blue right now, but I think once we pick it up and place it on the platform, it turns yellow. Once they're both in place, we can shoot through them and activate the portals across the way, but there is a timer requiring us to do it really rapidly. So place this crystal on the pad. I guess it's blue. It was blue the whole time. I told you I'm not colorblind. I just got it wrong. And we'll go ahead and zap through the portal and shoot through both crystals. If you did it in time, the chest will drop from the ceiling with a little bit of vinyl. And guess what, guys? That is all of the silver crowns. All we have left now is one red Protopart, which is easy peasy. In fact, we just need to go get ourselves a battery and get it charged up, which luckily for us, there happens to be a charger right next to where we need to slap it. So pick up the battery, go to the left-hand side, slam it in the charger. Hey, look at that, another free soda. I love this complimentary stuff. I feel like I'm in business class or something. All right, slam the charged battery into the prompt there, and it should give us access to the chest. Booyah, shao, you know the rest. We'll go ahead and take the mold part back to the spawn and slam dunketh into the red machine, which will give us the 5th and final part for our Ninja Revolution repeater. So we completed 2 of those molds during this level. Next up, we just got to go talk to Eddie. And after a little bit of witty banter, he's going to go ahead and drop the crown on the ground, and we will be able to collect it and make our way to them final totals, which is like my favorite part of the video, because I'm always like a little bit worried that somehow I missed one, right? Like I scout and I do all my homework, I follow the guide like Dougie shows, but sometimes, you know, it doesn't go the way as planned. So we got it all, though. Woo to the hoo-hoo-hoo. All right, the final cutscene had been removed. We've officially dropped back into the Funko Factory Hub world for Scott Pilgrim, but we're going to drop it down one more level because next up is the Umbrella Academy. In fact, I believe the level is called the House Hunters, and it has one of the most difficult and ridiculous silver chest puzzles I have seen yet, but thanks to Dougie, he made it easy. So, guys, don't forget to click that like button. If you haven't already, check us out on social media. Of course, HappyThumbsGaming.com is available for your viewing pleasure as well. But for me, guys, that's going to do it. As always, until next time.